This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Audio of crying children adds to growing outrage over the separation of immigrant families at the southern border. CBS News has not confirmed its authenticity, but ProPublica says the recording was made inside a border detention center. The group's reporter, Ginger Thompson.
Most of the kids in this audio are between 4 and 10 years old. The little girl who is asking for a phone call is a 6-year-old Salvadoran girl. She came to the United States with her mother, fleeing gang violence.
The Trump administration continues to defend its policy. Attorney General Jeff Sessions tells Fox News not all families are being separated.
If they enter the country at a port of entry, and there are many of those along the border, they are not violating the law. The mother or father in that circumstance would not be prosecuted, and the families are stay together.
The White House says it's up to Congress to fix the issue. The president meets with House Republicans today to discuss 2 bills under consideration. A federal judge says people in Kansas don't need to show proof of citizenship to register to vote. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
The judge striking down a 2013 law requiring would-be voters to present a U.S. passport, birth certificate, or other proof of citizenship. Some 35,000 people were prevented from voting, and Kansas Democrats argued most were likely Democrat voters. Judge Julie Robinson called the law unconstitutional and also ordered its chief backer, Kansas Secretary of State and would-be gubernatorial candidate Chris Kobach, to get more legal training after chiding him for legal missteps during the trial. Deborah?
China responding to a new threat from President Trump to impose an additional round of tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese imports. Reporter John Sudworth is in Beijing.
Now this from China today, describing the action as blackmail and promising to fight back firmly, measure for measure.
The president responding to China's announcement last Friday that it will retaliate for an initial round of U.S. tariffs. S&P futures are down 31. Chinese stocks fell almost 4%. Exactly a week after he met with President Trump, Kim Jong-un is in China to brief officials there on the Singapore summit. Reporter Don Kirk from Seoul.
The fact that Beijing let it be known that Kim Jong-un was visiting shows the closeness of the relationship. It shows that they're tightening the bond, that he no longer has to go in secrecy with the news disclosed later after he's left.
This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, what are you doing up here on the roof?
I want to tell the world I just met the woman of my dreams. Well, what about you?
I want to tell the world that Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
They saved me $782.
Oh, you go first then. $782 really puts finding love into perspective.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this rally.
Academy Award winner Kevin Costner stars in Yellowstone, premiering tomorrow at 9 on Paramount Network.
This ain't checkers, son. This is chess, and you're about to play it with masters.
You were right. They're building a city.
Always doesn't need your permission. In this valley, it does. All men are bad, but some of us try real hard to be good.
Yellowstone, new series premieres tomorrow at 9 on the new Paramount Network.
Traveling by air this summer? Some advice.
The summer travel season is upon us, and the Transportation Security Administration is urging flyers to get to the airport early and have your bag properly packed. Travelers can expect longer lines and longer waits at security checkpoints, as not only the volume of traffic is up, but also there are new rules regarding inspection of electronics brought onto the planes. Anything larger than a typical cell phone will undergo enhanced screening procedures. In general, flyers should plan on being at the airport at least 90 minutes prior to scheduled departure. Jim Genovese, CBS News.
Someone's paid more than $400,000 for a hat at auction in Paris. Not just any hat. It's a black felt bicorn, faded, torn, and cracked, believed to have topped the head of Napoleon Bonaparte before he dropped it on the battlefield at Waterloo 203 years ago. The buyer is a private collector from Europe. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey, Dave, you in for golf this weekend?
I can't. I promised I'd find a plumber to fix a sink and a painter to paint
Just use Angie's List.
Doesn't that cost money?
Not at all. It's free to find pros in your area who can do the work. You can even read ratings and reviews from other customers.
What about roofing pros?
Angie's List has pros for everything. And to save time, they'll even match you to the best pros for the job.
Oh, that's awesome. Looks like I'll be able to play after all.
Find the best pros for your next project at angieslist.com.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in taxes? The government now has tax debt relief programs in place, and you have rights. Call tax representation today. Has the IRS threatened to freeze your bank accounts, take your home, your cars, and garnish your wage? We are the industry experts with negotiating with the IRS, and one of the very few that has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. We'll contact the IRS the same day, putting a stop to bank levies and wage garnishments. Call 800-295-1046. That's 800-295-1046.
You're sick and your doctor's office just closed. You injured your finger working in the yard and it's Saturday afternoon. Where do you go? Well, TJ Sampson has 3 choices for you when these and other similar situations occur.
The clinic at Walmart can help with.
TJ Urgent Care at the Pavilion can help with.
And when it's...
Grandpa, are you okay?
You might want to try the emergency department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital. Your community, your hospital.
And don't forget, it's Lunch and Learn today coming up at 12 noon at TJ Sampson Pavilion. Going to be talking about pharmaceutical topics, and it's going to be a very interesting program today for Lunch and Learn. Bring your lunch. TJ provides the drinks, and that is today in the community room at the TJ Sampson Healthcare Pavilion.
There are exciting things happening at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and yes, the moving and unpacking are complete. Everything is set up, and we are ready to start taking care of you and your family at our new location, 1214B North Race Street. We are so excited for you to come see our new facility on the corner of North Race and Professional Park, directly across from TJ Sampson Hospital. We have bigger exam rooms, more parking, and even some new faces. Samantha and I want to introduce you to our new office staff, Kim Fogel, who will be the voice you hear on the phone when you call and who will assist you with scheduling appointments and requesting refills. Even though our location has changed, what has not changed is our commitment to personal, individualized care for our patients. Our motto is hometown healing, and that is one thing that will never change or be compromised. Our phone number is still the same, 270-629-6722, and our door is always open for new patient. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. We are looking forward to seeing you at our new location, 1214B North Race Street in Glasgow. Call today to set up your appointment.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Waking up with 76 degrees here at WCLU, 8 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. And it looks like we're going to be into the heat again today. Yesterday, we certainly got comfortable with the 90s, and Ray Stasic says a couple more days and we'll cool down. About Thursday, it looks like.
We'll continue to run the heat across the area, but I do see a break coming. The question will be, how long will this break last? Well, I promise you this. It's not going to be the whole summer, and summer arrives officially on Thursday. That's right, we're not officially there yet. Now, meteorological summer began on the 1st of June, but it'll be Thursday. We have the solstice, and then the days will slowly start getting shorter. Pretty soon it'll be Santa Claus and Jingle Bells, right? Now, let's not get that far ahead of ourselves. This morning, a few clouds, and warm this afternoon, a few clouds with sunshine, and we're going to put it up to 93. Tonight, with cloud over 70 degrees. Random amounts of clouds tomorrow with some sunshine. Mainly afternoon showers and thunderstorms, 90 scattered storms. And here's where we take it down Thursday with this front sagging south. Highs will only be in the low 80s on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms in middle 80s Friday. Chance of thunderstorms by Sunday as we take a look at the weekend forecast. The highs getting into the middle 80s. 90s probably returning as soon as Monday or close to it. I'm meteorologist Ray Stasic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We did not get any rain in our rain gauge yesterday, but some of our neighbors did. I know we got calls from folks over in Edmonton saying it's coming a shower, and everybody was happy about that. You know, a shower this time of the year puts a lot of folks in a good mood. Humidity at 92%, southwest winds at 5 miles an hour this morning. At least there's a bit of breeze. And the barometer is still up there at 30.06, but dropping just a little bit. 76 degrees to start with today. And it's 9 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's get our first check of local news this morning, live to the newsroom, and News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. The Barron County Sheriff's Office is looking for a juvenile in connection with a shootout that happened on Sunday. The Sheriff's Office responded to Beech Tree Lane around noon on Sunday, discovered a gray passenger car had pulled into the driveway and fired multiple shots. One of the gunshots struck an 08 Chevy Impala that was parked at the home. 3 occupants were inside the vehicle at the time of the incident, along with one man standing outside. The Sheriff's Office learned the shooter was a 17-year-old male juvenile. Charges have been filed against this juvenile on 4 counts of attempted murder and criminal mischief, first degree. In addition, an arrest warrant's been issued for 19-year-old Alyssa Branning of Cave City for charges of wanton endangerment, 4 counts. Branning was identified as being the driver of the vehicle that pulled up into the home's driveway and shot. Other charges may occur, according to the Sheriff's Office, pending further investigation. If anyone has any information as to the whereabouts of the juvenile or Branning, you're urged to contact the Barron County Sheriff's Office, 270-651-2771. The Sheriff's Office says these suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous. There was an 8-vehicle collision on I-65 yesterday morning. State Police received a report of an 8-vehicle injury accident on I-65 southbound. The collision involved 5 passenger vehicles and 3 commercial vehicles. State Police troopers, along with CVE officers, responded to the scene, along with other local emergency service departments. Now, according to State Police, at the 66-mile marker, a bridge repair was being conducted. The roadway merges from 3 lanes of travel into 1. Traffic was congested due to the repair work, with multiple vehicles slowing or stopped in the southbound lanes. A commercial vehicle, a 2006 Kenworth semi-truck driven by 51-year-old Jeffrey London of Litchfield, approached the congested area in the right-hand lane. He failed to stop in the lane closure, striking a 2010 Mitsubishi Galant driven by 33-year-old Cassandra Easterly of Ohio. London's semi-truck then continued southbound, striking multiple other vehicles, which in turn caused a chain reaction type collision. A 2018 Nissan Altima driven by 40-year-old Brent Botts of Prospect, an 02 Peterbilt semi-truck, 58-year-old Richard Yoder of Ohio, a 2015 Jeep Wrangler operated by 47-year-old Dustin McCoy of Bardstown, Kentucky, a 97 Ford Ranger driven by 56-year-old Kay Euler of Indiana, a 2017 Freightliner driven by Terry Miller, age 46, of Corbin, and a 2011 Dodge Ram driven by 62-year-old Richard Estelle of Ohio were all involved in the collision. London's vehicle came to final rest against an embankment located off the right shoulder of the roadway. Cassandra Easterly was transported via medical helicopter to the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment of critical injuries sustained in the collision. 2 passengers inside her vehicle were also transported to U of L, and they're currently listed in stable condition. Angelica Botts, a passenger of Brent Botts' vehicle, and Kay Euler were both transported via EMS to TJ Sampson Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. And we've checked in with Shep Shepard with Glasgow Schools, who's got some pretty important students he'd like to talk about. Shep Shepard, tell me, you've got some kids with Beta that have done some crazy cool things at the national conference. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, first off, I'm just so amazed and so humbled and blessed to get to have this experience with them. The kids at Highland for the past 2 years have competed in junior beta, which includes 4th and 5th graders from our school that have made A and B honor roll. Mm-hmm. And for the past 2 years, we've competed in a segment of the beta, which is the group talent. And what we do for our school is that we take our play that we do each year and we kind of mash it into a 6-minute type segment and perform it in front of judges to get critiqued on. Mm-hmm. And this past January, we took it to the state and got first place in Kentucky. And then this past week, we competed in the nation against 11 other schools within the United States and came out on top this year. And something that very proud of, and this same type of scenario happened last year too, where we won state and then also nationals. So to have this happen 2 years in a row means something, that we have something really special going on in Glasgow and in the Glasgow school district, and also within the Glasgow community, to have all these people supporting their kids to do activities like this, and it's just phenomenal.
Tell me about how lucky you are to be able to work in a community that does support Beta and that does have some great parents and some great kids.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to call Glasgow home for many years. This is where I grew up in, and I went to the Glasgow school system, and I knew it was a fabulous place to be at. Whenever I went off and went away from Glasgow for a little while, I always got excited when I saw that Glasgow sign at the Cumberland Parkway, and so I knew that I wanted to work within the Glasgow school system, and to have that opportunity has just been awesome. And I think that stems, because I call this home, all the relationships that I've had from the past and everything is kind of coming back to full circle, because I get to be around the kids of the parents that I grew up with, and also get to be around some new faces that have come into this community. And it's just been a blessing and an honor, and the kids, they just buy into whatever type of thing we throw at them. So I'm just very blessed and humbled to have this experience, to get to represent Glasgow the way that we've done.
Well, since you're obviously not going to brag on yourself, I will take the time to brag on you. I hear nothing but good things out of every project you're in, everything you're involved in. I think you're truly an asset to Glasgow schools, to the Glasgow community, and definitely to the young kids that you definitely have an opportunity to impact, and you definitely make a positive impact on all of them.
Well, thank you so much. I've been raised to be kind and try to do the best that I can at anything that I do, and I'm just so thankful that I get to do that here in Glasgow.
Congratulations to Shep Shepherd and the Beta kids from Glasgow Schools. 6:17 a.m., 76 degrees.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
In more local news, work along bridge ends on I-65 near Bonneville is underway this morning, as previously released by the State Transportation Cabinet. Now, the northbound lane on 65 at mile marker 70 is down to one lane. Lane configuration will vary with the work progress. The schedule has been amended to complete northbound work by 12 noon today. Short delays, however, are possible. Exit 71 will remain open throughout the process. Southbound work has been postponed. The State Transportation Cabinet said they will release the date and time when they decide on one. Kentucky State Police Recruitment Branch has announced upcoming testing dates for potential applicants. Applicants participating in the hiring process must successfully pass a series of tests, including a written test, physical agility test, oral interview, as well as background investigation, polygraph, medical, and psychological examinations to be considered for the position of a Kentucky State Police Cadet Trooper. Written testing will be conducted June 28th of 2018 at the UK Extension Office located at 3132 Nashville Road in Bowling Green. In preparation for the upcoming written test, a free study guide is available for download. It can be found online at www.kentuckystatepolice.org. All applicants for the next upcoming cadet class must be received no later than August the 23rd. The Marion County Fiscal Court meets this morning in regular session at 9 a.m. in the Fiscal Court Chambers in the Government Center in downtown Glasgow. Along with public officials' reports included on this morning's agenda, the Hiceville Cemetery Board is expected to address the court in regard to grave plot price increases. The court's also expected to approve some budget adjustments as well as the monthly financial statements. They're also expected to approve an annual management plan for the Austin boat ramp lease. Again, that is the Barron County Fiscal Court. They'll meet this morning at 9 a.m. in the Fiscal Court Chambers in the courthouse in the Government Center in downtown Glasgow. The court's also expected to go into closed session in regard to proposed litigation on behalf of the public agency. Right now, it is 6:21 a.m. I'm Angela Briggs with WCLU Local News. It's still kind of muggy, 76 degrees.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man. But there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
I'm Jaleesa Chapman. A missing persons case in Laurel County has turned into a murder investigation after a woman and her husband allegedly admitted to killing her mother and covering it up. 58-year-old Sherry Rose of London was reported missing Monday afternoon. Just after midnight Tuesday, police arrested Rose's daughter, Christy McFadden, and son-in-law, Joseph McFadden. Police say the two admitted they fatally stabbed Rose during an argument. A Democratic lobbyist is convicted of bribing Kentucky's Deputy Attorney General to win contracts for some outside law firms.
The jury deliberated for more than 10 hours over 2 days before reaching a verdict Monday afternoon. Their guilty verdict appeared to hinge on a secret recording of Sullivan handing former Deputy Attorney General Tim Longmire $1,000 in a parking lot in 2016. Sullivan was hoping to win a contract for some outside law firms. Longmire is serving 70 months for an unrelated kickback scheme involving the state's employee health insurance plan. Sullivan's sentencing is September 6th. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Demonstrators rally in Frankfort as police again limit access to the Capitol building. As demonstrators got ready to rally, a small group from the Kentucky Poor People's Campaign faced off against the Kentucky State Police. Demonstrator Jeremy Porter tells WLKY that ralliers weren't even trying to get into the Capitol to protest.
Right now, what we were trying to do was to deliver a message, a written letter to our constitutionally elected representatives.
Police say they are turning protesters away for safety concerns. University of Kentucky President Eli Capilouto says changes have been finalized to campus regulations dealing with the disciplinary process for allegations that include sexual assault. In an email sent Monday to the campus community, Capilouto said changes are the result of, quote, concerns and suggestions from people on campus. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
And summer vibes at the Kentucky State Fair, August 16th through the 26th. Hear all your favorite tunes at the Texas Roadhouse Concert Series in the new Bluegrass Village. 11 nights, 26 bands, all free. And that's just the beginning. The Kentucky State Fair has thrilling rides, mouth-watering food, the World's Championship Horse Show, and much more. For tickets and info, visit kystatefair.org today. The Kentucky State Fair, presented by Rallies.
Bring back those summer vibes.
Weekends were for watching races with my dad. The squeal of the tires, the roar of the engines, the cheers of the fans. Creating a tradition. But we all grow up. We can't stay young forever. Our traditions carry over and some things never change.
On the weekends, I watch racing with my dad.
Start your tradition at Kentucky Speedway, where kids' tickets are only $10 for the Quaker State 400 on July 14th. Call 859-578-2300 or visit KentuckySpeedway.com.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
News time for WCLU is 6:25. We have 76 degrees, forecasting a high temperature in the mid-90s today. Maybe some rain on Thursday to cool us down just a little bit. In area funeral announcements this hour, Elbert Fields, age 90, of Glasgow, died Monday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. At this hour, arrangements for Elbert Fields are incomplete, but will be announced later by the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Thelma Marie Smith Miller, age 90, of Temple Hill, died Monday at her home. Marie was retired from the Mallory Company and also an employee of the Kentucky Pants Company. She was a member of the Temple Hill Baptist Church. Survivors include two sons, Kenneth Mark Miller of Summershade and Timothy Smith Miller of Louisville. One granddaughter and her caregiver for many years, Bettina Marie Miller Wilson. Two grandsons, Vincent Ray Miller of E-Town and Timothy Clyde Miller of Scottsville. Four great-grandsons, Nicholas Martin and Christian Martin, Jackson Cole Miller and Caden Wyatt. And two great-great-grandsons, Kenneth Abel Martin and Mason Ray Martin. A sister-in-law, Shirley Toddy of Florida. Services for Thelma Marie Smith Miller will be at 2 o'clock on Wednesday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Poplar Log Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Carol Willoughby, age 74, of Scottsville, died Sunday at the Medical Center in Scottsville. He was a retired truck driver and retired from Supertest Corporation. He is survived by a son, Steve Willoughby, and wife Tracy of Scottsville, a daughter, Angie Payne, and husband, Tracy of Scottsville, a brother, Randall Willoughby, and wife, Betty of Holland, two sisters, Anna Eisenberg and husband, Sammy of Scottsville, and Onita Webb of West Virginia, and 4 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. Services for Carol Willoughby will be Wednesday at 2 at Harwood and Strode Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Crescent Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Memorials are suggested to the funeral expenses and can be made at the funeral home. Russell Smith, age 61, of Bowling Green, died Sunday. He was a grain hauler and a member of the Bethel Methodist Church. His survivors include his mother, Betty Jo Smith, a daughter, Tracy Carver, two grandchildren, Devin Mitchell and Drayson Moore, a sister, Carla Murphy, a brother, Richard Smith. A memorial service for Russell Smith will be at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Visitation begins at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Lois Jean Lowe, age 68, of Brownsville, died Saturday in Scottsville. She was a maintenance worker for Sumitomo and a member of the Pleasant Union United Baptist Church. She is survived by her husband, Joe Lowe, her mother, Lois B. Hagan Turner of Brownsville, two sons, Ronnie Dale Turner of Brownsville and Timothy Lowe of Bowling Green, two daughters, Becky Jones of Pig and Pam Collins of Scottsville, four brothers, Ellis Hogan of Owensboro, Casey Hogan of Brownsville, Charlie Turner of Indiana, and Elvis Turner of Alabama. Two sisters, Candy Grayson of Oakland and Amy Turner of Brownsville. 5 grandchildren, Christopher and Matthew Turner, Gage Jones, Jessica and Marcus Mellencamp, and 3 great-grandchildren. Services for Lois Jean Lowe will be at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel, interment in the Smiths Grove Cemetery. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 today and after 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Petty
Edwards and private caregiver and referral services.
We'll continue to run the heat across the Gary, but I do see a break coming. The question will be, how long will this break last? Well, I promise you this. It's not going to be the whole summer, and summer arrives officially on Thursday. That's right, we're not officially there yet. Now, meteorological summer began on the 1st of June, but it'll be Thursday. We have the solstice, and then the days will slowly start getting shorter. Pretty soon it'll be Santa Claus and Jingle Bells, right? Now, let's not get that far ahead of ourselves. This morning, a few clouds, and warm this afternoon, a few clouds with sunshine, and we're going to put it up to 93. Tonight, with cloud over 70 degrees. Varying amounts of clouds tomorrow with some sunshine, mainly afternoon showers and thunderstorms, 90 scattered storms. And here's where we take it down Thursday with this front sagging south. Highs will only be in the low 80s on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms in middle 80s Friday. Chance of thunderstorms by Sunday as we take a look at the weekend forecast. The highs getting into the middle 80s. 90s probably returning as soon as Monday or close to it. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We're in the meteorological summer for sure, and I think it's starting early, it seems like. I'm looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen. Again, it is a dry start to the day. That's pretty typical, but yesterday afternoon, several communities here in south central Kentucky got a pop-up shower, maybe a tenth of an inch to 0.15 of an inch. Our rain gauge didn't happen to luck into being underneath one of those clouds, but that's the way it goes. We are at 77 degrees. The barometer is at 30.06. There is a wee bit of breeze southwest at 5 miles an hour. Still steamy at 92% humidity. 77 degrees. This WCLU weather update brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, private caregiver and referral service.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea.
At 37 degrees this morning. We've got lots to talk about today, lots to keep up with. We've got special guests coming by, and several things coming up here this week. And we're going to be plugging all of that and making sure we get our act together here so that we can talk about it with some sense of knowledge about it. The DAV Chapter 20 service officers, Don Price and Michael Wilson, are going to begin doing their service work in Glasgow today. It starts at 8 o'clock at 315 South Green Street. You can call for the particulars at 629-2213. Stand by. Birthdays coming up shortly.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. These are some of the most familiar words in all of the Bible, comforting to many, and yet most of us don't take advantage of what Jesus is teaching. So many of us are desperate to know how to pray better, pray more effectively, and yet right here Jesus gives us the key. Be personal. Pray like a child trying to get the attention of their father. Be broken and desperate. Realize that you're in need and only He can supply. Be focused on God's will. Take the promises of God seriously, and then be courageous, expecting them to be answered. This is how God wants us to pray. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
But they do have fun every day at Ralphie's Fun Center. They're kind of proud of that, and I think it's a neat sort of an arrangement to have there at Ralphie's. Okay, we're at 6:36, and today so far we know about the fact that Stefan Ford is turning sweet 16. Happy 16th birthday to Stefan Ford. Carolyn Woodard has a birthday today, too. Linda Barnett. Linda is 51 today. Her best friend Shirley called up and said, I got to wish Linda a happy birthday, and I'm glad you did. Welcome to the teens. Angeli, I hope I'm saying this right, Angeli Levi, who is 13 today. Welcome to the teens from your daddy. To Angeli Levi today. Kenny Matthews. Kenny, happy birthday, sir. Raylan Nunley celebrates today. We have one anniversary couple. It's Dale and Robin Garman with a wedding anniversary today. All right, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLU radio.com.
Shut that window! We can't afford it.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is...
All right, 6:39 now, WCLU, and we, of course, have the big concert on the square coming up Thursday night in front of City Hall. It's the Glasgow Community Band. Those folks have been rehearsing, and they're going to put on quite the show. It's in front of City Hall, 7 o'clock this Thursday night. Now, you've already heard Ray Stajic say that that's the potential for having some cooler air here in South Central Kentucky. So what better way to celebrate the beauty of our community, the talent of our community, and sit out in front of City Hall the first day that it actually cools down. We'll see how that develops, but either way, it's going to be a very nice evening. Glasgow Community Band concert on the square, getting ready for it. Now, we're going to go and talk about the past. It's the archives. We learn about ourselves. We explain things, as they say. And we're going to investigate all that has happened in our past for the last 100 years on the archives. Brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
One of the realities of old man winter is things need repairing. But when spring comes, don't be in a rush to get your agricultural or industrial equipment back up and running. Call Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services today and get those repairs done before spring. And even if you have a smaller operation or you just need some odds and ends for your home repairs, Joseph A. Wade is here to meet those needs as well. Joseph A. Wade is located on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, family owned and operated since 1985, a Wright Tool distributor.
Yes, indeed.
Henry.
Yes.
The next shindig, July the 24th.
Okay, all right. I wanted to make sure that we have so many things to talk about. You know, we've got the concert on the square on Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Right.
And then we have we've got lots of things coming up here with the Louisville Orchestra. And then, those kind of things I just want to put it all into perspective.
Right, and folks, the easiest way to get us to talk about what you got going on is to get a hold of us.
Get us some information here. All we need is chicken scratch on the side of a paper sack.
I would like more.
And we can embellish it for sure. But we want to make sure that it's all we need is just a little nudge.
Yes, and I also want to say Daniel Irwin got a hold of me.
Yeah.
And want to let folks know Glasgow First Assembly's Vacation Bible School is this week.
Okay, all right.
5:30 to 8.
Okay.
Go down there, give Daniel a hard time.
Okay.
Give him a hard time anywhere you see him.
He'll be there. He's a very involved young man.
Give him a hard time again.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, let us know, folks, what you've got going on. We're not mind readers. We try to be.
All right. Now let's shift gears into the archives. Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services presents the archives. 1918, this was the news story in the Glasgow Times 100 years ago.
Okay.
Barron County needs about 10 teachers to fill present vacancies.
There you go.
The teachers for rural schools were elected the first Saturday of this month, and this is to be the first time in the history of the county that there were not more applicants than schools. The shortage is due to the number of boys in the Army. There will be very few male teachers in this county this year, perhaps not more than 6 or 7 or less than 5%. So what about that? We got the boys fighting overseas, and so the gals have got to step up and fill the vacancies. There's still 10 vacancies here in 1918. Of course, back that day, you were the one teacher and taught everybody all day.
Such a brave son.
That was hard to, I'm sure that was a harder job description than what everybody wanted to hear. 1918, though, it was that was just the nature of things around here. Let's move to 1928 with the memory of last year's splendid Chautauqua still in mind, and the knowledge that the 1928 program is to be furnished by the same organization.
Okay.
All Glasgow is looking forward to the keen anticipation to the annual Chautauqua season, which opens tomorrow under the big Red Path tent on South Ray Street. So that would put it down there along about the Baptist Church parking lot.
I mean, it's one way to let folks know you got something going on. Put up a big red tent.
That's right. Hey, what's that tent for? People will drop by. Then you start making some racket from under the tent, and then you really can draw a crowd.
Tents are going up now for fireworks.
A Chautauqua type of a tent.
They are going up for fireworks.
Well, I mean, it is the season.
Yeah, you got to be careful though who you get fireworks from.
Yeah.
We got some one year. I won't say where we got them from. It's been years ago. And Roman candles were shooting out the wrong end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wild.
going to say. There's about once of that happening, and that's all you want.
That's when I lived in Cave City. We were about half afraid we were going to burn Square Deal down.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kyle Bonnell, though. Kyle saved us.
Yeah, well, you know.
I give a shout out to Kyle.
He's that kind of a guy.
He really is.
1938, this day, the marriage of Miss Amy Browning and Professor James W. Depp was solemnized Sunday afternoon at the home of Elder Allen Fye.
I don't like the way they say solemnized.
Well, Allen
sounds like a misdemeanor.
Well, no,
it's
like solemnized to
me.
That
sounds like a felony.
Let's pause. Let's cut the funny stuff and solemnize this wedding.
Yeah, because that sounds like something I'd want to do. Solemnize.
Elder Allen Fye, P-H-Y is his last name. Mrs. Depp is the daughter of Mr. and Ms. Walter Browning of Lecta and is a successful teacher holding a position with the Glasgow schools. Professor Depp, the son of Mr. and Ms. C.Y. Depp of Kenno, is one of Barron County's most successful young men, and at present he is the superintendent of the Glasgow City Schools.
Well.
So, yes, he's been successful here up to 1938.
Still don't like solemnized.
Well, you know, what do you want to, what's a better word?
Celebrated, the wedding.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Again, solemnized sounds like something you have a court
date. Yeah, but it was
for.
on a Sunday, so that's maybe why they solemnized it.
Still sounds like something you have a court date for.
Okay. All right. You've been accused of solemnization.
No, I haven't been, but some people have been.
Here's one of this one right here is one of the, this just kind of shows the way we were.
Okay.
But this is 1948. Here we have recent marriage licenses. Johnny Wolford Taylor and Willa Smith Simmons.
Okay.
And a lot of us know and love Miss Willa Smith with Miss Willa Taylor, and it's interesting to to see the history here. Also, Walter Lee Morrison and Lucille Ellen Pierce were married. Otis R. Bishop and Naomi Jean Wheeler, and Travis Holman and Anna Bridges. Those were the recent marriage licenses, except for this classification right here, colored marriage license. I had no idea that was done that way in 1948. But anyway, it's James Easley and Lula Moss Lee. So they we had not desegregated the reporting of marriage licenses back in 1948.
Ridiculous.
So that's the way it was reported here. Anyway, but it's a part of our history. We really can't change that.
No, we can just do better going forward.
We'd be cheating ourselves. This day in 1958, I like the headline. This was in the Glasgow Republican in 1958, and the headline reads: Annette Harlow adorns Rural Electric Magazine.
Okay.
Miss Annette Harlow, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. C.P. Harlow, was Miss Rural Kentucky Electric Co-op, was featured on the cover page of the current issue of Rural Kentucky magazine, published by the ER Association. Annette and Bunny Wells, now Mrs. Jack Smith, who was the 1956 state winner and the 1957 national winner, are featured in an article dealing with the 1958 annual meeting and farm show of the state co-ops.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty big to have a local gal on the cover of Rural Electric magazine. We talked to her brother up here a lot, Mike Harlow. Maybe he can get us a picture of that or something.
Yeah.
Take a picture, we can see that. That was 1958. 1968, here's what we have. We have let me put the miss in front of here.
Okay.
Let me solemnize the miss part.
I don't like that word.
Miss Ellen Lee Nolan, the 15-year-old daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lee Nolan, was crowned Miss Metcalfe County Fair back in 1968. Of course, Metcalfe County Fair going on this week. We'll have to see who the Miss Metcalfe County Fair is this year. But back in 1968, it was Miss Ellen Lee Nolan of Glasgow. All right. It's a beauty pageant time for sure.
Beauty pageant. Would you want to be a judge?
No, absolutely not. That
I don't either.
Not even the pet show.
Especially not the baby show.
No, This day in 1978, news that the Downtown Improvement Committee has made possible with the city to contract general design to renovate the downtown area.
Well,
Now, that was 1978. I don't know that I remember what all they came up with, but it'd be interesting to look back on the. Sure, there's some record of that work that General Design did.
Right.
And that may well have been the end result. Be some of these, these nice planters that we have. Maybe the kind of the really pretty decorative lights, things of that nature. But anyway, that was back in the day, 1978. That the Downtown Improvement Committee. All right, just in 1988, we've got news about Mrs. Bobby Evans, special education teacher at Temple Hill, and Mrs. Oline Driver, lunchroom worker at Temple Hill, were surprised with a cake and ice cream social honoring their retirement.
What?
We don't do a good job sometimes. I say we don't do a good job. Sometimes we have to, we want to step it up and make sure these folks who are special, when they're retiring, they leave feeling special.
Right.
And I bet you that Mrs. Evans and Mrs. Driver felt very special out there at Temple Hill in 1988, headed out the door.
Right.
Speaking of headed out the door, 20 years ago today, Glasgow's school teachers retiring were announced and honored. Mona Goodman, Sandra Gardner, Joyce Rudinga, and Steve Mayhew. They lost 4 good ones in 1998
for sure
with retirements. And let's see, this is a 2008 here. What do we have? We've got, we had a new restaurant yesterday, Colton's. Today we have Sorrento's restaurant, now open at 607 Happy Valley Road. It was this day 10 years ago that Sorrento had their official formal ribbon cutting.
Official and formal.
That's right. It's in the archives.
I've also got to give a shout out to somebody.
Okay.
Mrs. Potts.
Yeah?
Met her yesterday. Oh my gosh, she's now one of my all-time favorite people.
All right. Mrs. Potts.
Not just because.
Yeah.
Her strawberry shortcake's amazing. I mean, because it really is. I just have to say that.
Yeah.
But I met her and her niece Sherry yesterday at Subway.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I just want to warn all the listeners, Miss Potts and I could plot together and take over the world.
Well, let's just see what your first that's what your first event's going to be.
World takeover. I'm just saying it's possible.
All right. Well,
I'll give her a shout out.
We will keep you posted on that. Or actually,
no,
you keep me posted on it.
We're just going to take him by surprise.
All right. We'll report it after the fact.
Forgiveness, not permission.
It's the way the archives happen. It's the way we were, as the song says. And we are going to keep digging around. We got a lot of ground to cover here, still in the month of June, and some fascinating things. I have snuck a peek, as they say, and or actually they probably don't say that because it's just what I say.
There you go.
But anyway, it looks good, and we'll be barreling in that direction as we make it through June.
All right.
Thanks to the sponsor, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. 652.
It's official.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their
honoree today right here. We have today being Kenny Matthews Day on the radio. Kenny Matthews has a birthday today. He was requested to be good as gold today, and here's why. Here's why. It's because it's his birthday, and a person said, "Can you pat him on the back and let him know he's good as gold when he has his birthday here?" And we're glad to do that. It's the 19th day of June, and it's Kenny Matthews Day on the radio. If you happen to see Kenny around, let him know he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU. and a little taste of Texas. Our Good as Gold honoree.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
South Central Bank is a locally owned bank that cares about you and our community, too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us. They're a hometown bank. South Central Bank's been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
This morning, a few clouds and warm this afternoon. A few clouds with sunshine, and we're going to put it up to 93. Tonight with cloud over 70 degrees. Varying amounts of clouds tomorrow with some sunshine. Mainly afternoon showers and thunderstorms, 90 scattered storms. And here's where we take it down Thursday with this front sagging south. Highs will only be in the low 80s on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms in middle 80s Friday. Chance of thunderstorms by Sunday as we take a look at the weekend forecast. The highs getting into the middle 80s. Ray Stidgick on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. Barometric pressure is at still up there at 30.06. Humidity at 92%. Southwest winds at 5 miles an hour. Nothing in our bucket, but we do have we had some rain in some of the communities around here yesterday. If you were fortunate, you were in the right place at the right time. Maybe others will be so lucky today. 6:55, 77 degrees. WCLU weather update brought to you by your friends located at South Central Bank.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At 12 noon, it's Lunch and Learn, and this is at TJ Sampson Pavilion. Today's Lunch and Learn is going to be talking about Generation RX. It's safe medication practices for life. Now, it's going to be a good presentation because the clinical pharmacy manager at TJ Sampson Hospital, Miss Megan Brown, Doctor of Pharmacy, is going to be presenting this presentation today. It's Lunch and Learn, 12 noon to 1 o'clock. Learn about the modern-day practices and safe medication practices for life from Megan Brown. Bring your lunch. TJ provides the drink, and you will be a lot smarter about things. See how smart you are about things when we play trivia. Long John's A&W All-American Foods reminds you what day it is. It is Tuesday, which means it's Taco Tuesday. Do you know what day it is? Well, it pays to know because Long John Silver's in Glasgow is announcing some show-stopping deals for you and your family. Every Sunday from 11 till 7, it's all-you-can-eat fish and chicken for $8.99. Bring your friends and family on Sundays and get all-you-can-eat fish and chicken $8.99. If it's Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Get a fish taco for 99 cents. Friday, it's crab cakes, just 99 cents each. These are limited-time deals, so get to Long John's in Glasgow today. Here we go with the question, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. You answer it, you're going to Long John's for a fish and more dinner, a much sought-after prize, and let's see how we do today. The question is, we've got a neighboring state south of us, the state of Tennessee. It's known as the volunteer state. Volunteered for what? What did they volunteer for to get the volunteer state? 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. What do you think?
Volunteer for the service.
Well, we need more specifics than that. All right. What specifically made Tennessee known as the volunteer state? Trivia.
Volunteering in the Civil War.
No, that's not right. Trivia.
War of 1812.
Say it again.
War of 1812.
Sounds right to me. Who's this speaking?
David Frazier.
David, what are you doing? This is off of your area of expertise here, all this war stuff, isn't it?
Well, I didn't Google it. I'm sitting in a parking lot just getting ready to go into work. I remember hearing that somewhere, and it just stuck in my brain.
Well, it's pretty interesting. You read about this, and I read about this in preparing for today. There's some a couple of big names in Tennessee politics that encourage people, citizens in Tennessee to, I say citizens, but soldiers, fighting age citizens to volunteer for the War of 1812. There's a Senator Grundy. You heard of Grundy County, Tennessee?
Yes, I've heard of it.
And there's another one that I'm trying to remember right now. I have to think about it. Anyway, it's a piece of the history of Tennessee. They are the volunteer state, the Tennessee Vols. And all of that business of volunteering goes back to the War of 1812. They needed some folks to fight in it, and the powers that be said, let's show them some how strong we are. Let's volunteer, and that's the beginning of the term, the volunteer state.
All right.
All right, David. So you're going to volunteer to go out to Long John's.
Be happy to.
And report back to us.
All right.
Have a good day. See you, David. Bye-bye. David Frazier. That's right. It's the volunteer state there in Tennessee, well known as the volunteer state. What did they first volunteer for? It was the War of 1812. Don't forget that we're going to play tomorrow, so if you want to sit down and think about things, we'll discuss them on Trivia tomorrow. Thanks to Long John's A&W, All-American Foods. And certainly don't forget that today it is Taco Tuesday. Folks love those fish tacos. Come out there and enjoy them today at Long John's A&W.
CBS News Update. President Trump is threatening to up the ante in a trade tit-for-tat with China. The president says the U.S. will slap 10% tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese products if China retaliates for an initial round of levies. Reporter John Sudworth from Beijing.
This from China today, describing the action as blackmail and promising to fight back firmly, measure for measure. Any hope there was a few months ago that the sides might be moving towards a negotiated settlement appears to have evaporated.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The more this escalates, the higher the probability is that prices will start to go up. And remember, right now, $50 billion in the U.S., $50 billion in China. These are the two largest economies in the world. $100 billion total is a fraction of what the total size is.
S&P futures down 28. CBS News Update.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Good morning. 77 degrees at WCLU at 4 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour as the live and local 7 o'clock morning edition is on the air. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in a moment. It's going to be hot for a couple of days and then maybe cool off. And hopefully that'll cool off for what our top story at 7 is about today. We have Mr. Robbie Fudds, the director of the Glasgow Community Band, who is live in the studio to tell us all about what's coming up on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. It is the Concert on the Square. The Glasgow Community Band presents it. Morning, Robbie. How you doing?
Doing well, Henry. Good morning. Good to be here this morning.
Yes,
Thanks for getting me in this morning.
Well, you know, folks got to plan on things and plan on the way it was.
That's exactly right. This is a busy week for us, and we're looking forward to the Concert on the Square, our annual community band concert on the Square, coming up this Thursday night.
I have a feeling that you guys have been, and guys and girls, certainly guys and girls, have been practicing and. Well, first of all, it's easy to tell when we get to hear you all play that you practice regularly and that you plan on doing a good job every time. But I think this year is not going to be any different, is it, Robbie?
It's sure not going to be any different. We practice every Monday night. You know, this is a busy time of the year for us. We've had the Memorial Day celebrations that we do with Mr. Darrell Pickett, with the veterans and honoring them, and so we just kind of slide right on into getting ready for the Concert on the Square. So this caps off our spring season.
One of the things that I really enjoy is the fact that whenever I see the community band perform, I see so many musicians who enjoy being a part of that.
Well, that's absolutely the case. You know, we've got people in the band that from all walks of life that learned to play an instrument early in life, and you know, the thing about playing an instrument and reading music is something you can do for a lifetime.
Sure.
And it's a great outlet for a lot of folks here in Glasgow. Just tickled to death that we've got this community band.
Been some great friendships made because of the participation in the community band as well, right, Robbie?
Sure has. Just great. It's kind of like you know, these fellowships that you have at church sometimes, where people just want to talk and reminisce and things like that. And so, you know, our members are always talking about, you know, one time they did this. One time at band camp we did this.
Yeah,
Or one time on this trip we did this. And so it's just a great group of people. I'm just honored to be their director right now. And anytime that we can perform for the public, especially here in Glasgow, we look forward to it.
So Thursday night it's going to be at 7 o'clock when you start. It's going to be on the square in front of City Hall. Let's talk about the seating arrangement for this year, Robbie.
Okay. Well, the Glasgow Recreation Department is going to help us with some seating. We'll have about 100 chairs there in front of the City Hall for people with special needs, but we encourage everyone just to bring a lawn chair or a blanket to set on the courthouse lawn there.
You know what's fun is along about 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, that lawn will be full of chairs.
It will be.
Folks getting ready for,
That's exactly right. It's kind of like the Christmas parade. You go by early on Saturday of the Christmas parade and you see cars lined up on the route getting their spot picked out. That's exactly right.
And there's a great reason for that, because I know that the repertoire for this year is going to be as stellar as ever, and I want you to kind of tell the audience, don't reveal any secrets.
Okay.
But, you know, just kind of give us a handle on what it is we're going to be enjoying on Thursday night.
Okay. Well, you know, we're going to... music is a great way to express feelings and emotions. So this Thursday night we're going to, of course, celebrate our patriotism here and celebrate our country. We're going to honor our military, and then we're going to play some music that honors music in America. I have a couple of local celebrities that are going to be performing with us Thursday night. I'm not going to reveal who they are, but I think everyone will be impressed with who they are and what they do, and the fact that they are good singers. It's going to be a great evening to cap off things. So,
well, you've given us a hint at least.
Yeah, I have given you a hint.
As far as the fact that they're going to be singing.
They are going to be singing. You know, with the community band, we have kind of reached out to our community singers and invited different groups to perform with us, and it's just another outreach that we've done, and it's it's a great thing, I believe.
Well, there's a lot of things you can say. For example, it's the happening thing, and it's absolutely free, and it's absolutely enjoyable.
That's right. It's open to the public. It's free. And I do want to say this, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
We have made plans to move to the Plaza Theater in the event of inclement weather, or if it's just too hot to set out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you never know with the month of June what you're going to get.
Right. You could get, in a day's time, you get about 4 different ones of those.
That's right. And we're going to try to make that decision early Thursday afternoon about where it will be, but the concert's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, and we hope that we can do it on the square because it's just a great place to perform.
It is. Well, and we'll have it on the radio if there is any sort of a change as far as the location. Well, I appreciate you coming by, and I appreciate all the hard work and the hours, and I think that as a community we need to show our appreciation to the community band for making sure that we turn out in large numbers for the concert on the square Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, Robbie.
7 o'clock, and you know we've worked hard, but we've got it. It's only going to be about an hour, hour and 15 minutes, so it's not a long time, but it's action packed, Henry.
It's just right.
It's just right. It's just right. So again, thank you for having me on this morning. Appreciate the job you all do here at WCLU.
Thank you.
And we look forward to a great evening Thursday evening. That's for sure.
Robbie, we look forward to it as well. And thanks a lot. And a lot of folks putting in the time. It's the Community Band Concert on the Square Thursday night at 7 p.m.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird.
Check out the deals at Gillihy Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Be the future face of Pedigo.
With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. The Barron County Sheriff's Office is looking for a juvenile in connection with a shootout that happened on Sunday. The Sheriff's Office responded to Beech Tree Lane around noon on Sunday, discovered a gray passenger car had pulled into the driveway and fired multiple shots. One of the gunshots struck an 08 Chevy Impala that was parked at the home. 3 occupants were inside the vehicle at the time of the incident, along with one man standing outside. The Sheriff's Office learned the shooter was a 17-year-old male juvenile. Charges have been filed against this juvenile on 4 counts of attempted murder and criminal mischief, first degree. In addition, an arrest warrant's been issued for 19-year-old Alyssa Branning of Cave City for charges of wanton endangerment, 4 counts. Branning was identified as being the driver of the vehicle that pulled up into the home's driveway and shot. Other charges may occur, according to the Sheriff's Office, pending further investigation. If anyone has any information as to the whereabouts of the juvenile or Branning, you're urged to contact the Barron County Sheriff's Office, 270-651-2771. The Sheriff's Office says these suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous. There was an 8-vehicle collision on I-65 yesterday morning. State police received a report of an 8-vehicle injury accident on I-65 southbound. The collision involved 5 passenger vehicles and 3 commercial vehicles. State police troopers along with CVE officers responded to the scene, along with other local emergency service departments. Now, according to state police, at the 66-mile marker, a bridge repair was being conducted. The roadway merges from 3 lanes of travel into 1. Traffic was congested due to the repair work, with multiple vehicles slowing or stopped in the southbound lanes. A commercial vehicle, a 2006 Kenworth semi-truck driven by 51-year-old Jeffrey London of Litchfield, approached the congested area in the right-hand lane. He failed to stop in the lane closure, striking a 2010 Mitsubishi Galant driven by 33-year-old Cassandra Easterly of Ohio. London's semi-truck then continued southbound, striking multiple other vehicles, which in turn caused a chain reaction type collision. Several passenger cars and other semi-trucks were also involved in the accident. Cassandra Easterly was transported via medical helicopter to the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment of critical injuries sustained in the collision. 2 passengers inside her vehicle were also transported to U of L, and they're currently listed in stable condition. Angelica Botts, a passenger of Brent Bott's vehicle, and Kay Euler were both transported via EMS to TJ Sampson Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. And we've checked in with Shep Shepard with Glasgow Schools, who's got some pretty important students he'd like to talk about. Shep Shepard, tell me, you've got some kids with Beta that have done some crazy cool things at the national conference. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, first off, I'm just so amazed and so humbled and blessed to get to have this experience with them. The kids at Highland for the past 2 years have competed in junior beta, which includes 4th and 5th graders from our school that have made A and B honor roll. Mm-hmm. And for the past 2 years, we've competed in a segment of the beta, which is the group talent. And what we do for our school is that we take our play that we do each year and we kind of mash it into a 6-minute type segment and perform it in front of judges to get critiqued on. Mm-hmm. And this past January, we took it to the state and got first place in Kentucky. And then this past week, we competed in the nation against 11 other schools within the United States and came out on top this year. And something that very proud of, and that same type of scenario happened last year too, where we won state and then also nationals. So to have this happen 2 years in a row means something, that we have something really special going on in Glasgow and in the Glasgow school district, and also within the Glasgow community, to have all these people supporting their kids to do activities like this. And it's just phenomenal.
Tell me about how lucky you are to be able to work in a community that does support Beta and that does have some great parents and some great kids.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to call Glasgow home for many years. This is where I grew up in, and I went to the Glasgow school system, and I knew it was a fabulous place to be at. whenever I went off and went away from Glasgow for a little while, I always got excited when I saw that Glasgow sign
Right.
at the Cumberland Parkway, and so I knew that I wanted to work within the Glasgow school system, and to have that opportunity has just been awesome. And I think that stems, because I call this home, all the relationships that I've had from the past and everything is kind of coming back to full circle, because I get to be around the kids of the parents that I grew up with, and also get to be around some new faces that have come into this community. And it's just been a blessing and an honor, and the kids, they just buy into whatever type of thing we throw at them. So I'm just very blessed and humbled to have this experience to get to represent Glasgow the way that we've done.
Well, since you're obviously not going to brag on yourself, I will take the time to brag on you. I hear nothing but good things out of every project you're in, everything you're involved in. I think you're truly an asset to Glasgow schools, to the Glasgow community, and definitely to the young kids that you definitely have an opportunity to impact, and you definitely make a positive impact on all of them.
Well, thank you so much. I've been raised to be kind and try to do the best that I can at anything that I do, and I'm just so thankful that I get to do that here in Glasgow.
Congratulations to Shep Shepherd and the Beta Kids from Glasgow School. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training,
I'm Jaleesa Chapman. A Lowell County couple was arrested overnight in connection to the murder of a missing woman. Sherry Rose of London was reported missing Monday. Just after midnight Tuesday, police arrested Rose's daughter, Christy McFadden, and son-in-law, Joseph McFadden. An arrest citation says the two admitted to stabbing Rose to death during an argument and cleaning the crime scene. A bipartisan group of state lawmakers wants to bring sports betting to Kentucky. The group, consisting of 4 Republicans and 5 Democrats, is drafting a bill to legalize and regulate the form of gambling. Democratic Senator Morgan McGarvey tells WLKY,
"We have estimates right now that this will generate between $5 and $30 million worth of revenue. So it's not a big windfall, but it's also something we're going to give up if we don't do it."
In May, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a federal law banning sports wagering in all but 4 states. 3 Kentuckians injured during a roller coaster derailment in Florida last week are considering a lawsuit.
Matt Morgan represents the 3 Kentuckians who were injured while riding the Sandblaster roller coaster on the Daytona Beach boardwalk last week. They were visiting the boardwalk while in Florida for work. 2 of the victims plummeted 34 feet when the ride broke free. The 3rd person was forced to hang from the roller coaster until help arrived. 6 people total were injured in the accident. Morgan says his clients are contemplating a lawsuit if the ride's insurance companies do not agree to pay them. I'm Haley Hansen.
And a Democratic lobbyist has been convicted of bribing Kentucky's number 2 law enforcement officer to win contracts for some outside law firms. The federal jury found James Sullivan not guilty of 3 other charges that accused him of bribing a state official to maintain a lucrative state contract for one of his clients. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Visit the Speed Art Museum's new exhibition, Picasso to Pollock. Opening June 16th, explore 72 rare masterworks from the early 20th century when artists shattered norms in reaction to an ever-changing world. Come see a show where art meets history and competing artists were looked upon as superheroes on exclusive loan from the Eskenazi Museum of Art at Indiana University. Get your tickets now at speedmuseum.org.
Labor Day weekend at Rupp Arena. Red, White, and Boom 2018.
August 31st through September 2nd.
Starring Toby Keith,
Brad Paisley,
Chris Young,
Cole Swindell,
Luke Combs,
Kane Brown,
Rodney Adkins,
Chase Rice.
And we're not done yet.
Stay tuned for more details and get ready to buy your tickets.
Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations. Go to redwhiteandboom.com.
723 WCLU, 77 degrees. Lisa had the story about 8 vehicles being involved in an accident yesterday on I-65, and I knew a lot of folks who were involved in traveling I-65. They had to work around it. It was quite the mess. Well, this morning we're starting off in a similar fashion down in Tennessee. The latest information we had for a while that I-65, both lanes were closed there in northern Tennessee all the way up to exit 2 in Franklin, going in a southbound direction. But the latest indication we have is that they have gotten one lane open, I-65 southbound. It was actually, the road was closed from exit 2 in Kentucky down to exit 117 in Tennessee. A pretty good stretch there. But nonetheless, I believe they have one lane open, but if you're thinking about it, that doesn't mean anything, because you take all that traffic that's been backed up for miles and miles and several hours, send it down one lane, it's still going to take a while. But nonetheless, they do have one lane open. We're trying to get a little more information on that right now. But traveling southbound, just there from exit 2 down at Franklin, all the way into northern Tennessee down about exit 117. Be aware of that as you're traveling this morning. Let's get where we need to be and do so safely.
Ugh. I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
It's a race.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Us that maybe, just maybe, by about Thursday we could cool this thing down.
This morning a few clouds and warm. This afternoon a few clouds with sunshine, and we're going to put it up to 93. Tonight with cloud over 70 degrees. Varying amounts of clouds tomorrow with some sunshine. Mainly afternoon showers and thunderstorms, 90 scattered storms. And here's where we take it down Thursday with this front sagging south. Highs will only be in the low 80s on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms in middle 80s Friday. Chance of thunderstorms by Sunday as we take a look at the weekend forecast. The highs getting into the middle 80s. Ray Stidgick on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 0 on the rain gauge. Folks over in Edmonton got a little rain yesterday. The barometer is at 30.06, 92% humidity. And a wee bit of breeze here southwest at 5 miles an hour. Radar screen is quiet this morning, but as Ray was telling us, we could pop up one. I don't, I haven't seen one pop up this time of day probably all spring. We need one to pop up and hang around a while, but it's not there this morning, and we'll wait and see if we can pop one up this afternoon. 77 degrees at WCLU. Have you heard what
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us, the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The universe. Details at farmersrecc.com or follow us on Facebook.
7:30 at WCLU. We have 77 degrees, and we're enjoying getting a good start right here today because of the fact that looks like we got some wonderful traditions that are going to continue here. Let's turn to local sports, where we have Terry Bunnell, who wears lots of hats in the community, but today Terry Bunnell is here as the president of the Weldon Tennis Association, because we have some events that are coming up that people need to know about getting involved in. The Weldon Association has done a lot to promote tennis over the years, but certainly you're doing a good job of keeping some really neat things going. Terry, good morning.
Henry, good morning. Thanks for having me in this morning. Yeah, we're excited about this weekend. We're going to kick it off on Thursday down at Gorin Park. We're going to have a family tennis night. It's a free event, so I want people to come out to Gorin Park and enjoy some tennis. Any skill level, Henry. So I know you've been waiting to come out, Henry, so this is the year.
Well, any skill level I could probably get in that way.
Yes, it is. We do want people to come out. It's a free event. We're going to start at 6 o'clock at Gorin Park and go to about 7:30 or until we wilt. I don't know. The latter may be the...
Till you run out of gas. What day is it?
It's this Thursday.
Okay, well, see, that's when the cold front comes through.
I heard your forecast this morning, and I was surprised by that. I mean, I'm excited by that. And when we have Weldon, it's Weldon and heat go together.
That's right.
Okay, so
how many people have I ever seen the Weldon with big wet towels over their head trying to cool down before they get back into the next match?
Yeah, it's always been a hot event, which, I mean, we're playing in the middle of this, beginning of summer this year. Yeah, and so it's going to be hot. The competition is really good for the Weldon, and I was just thinking on the way over this morning that we always have players that come, and some for the first time that have never played Weldon before. A lot of tradition with the Weldon tournament in Glasgow. We're very fortunate. I spent the first part of June traveling across the state on a promotion for tennis, the Kentucky Tennis Tour, and you run into a lot of people that have some connection to the Weldon. They either played it or they knew someone that had played in it. And so that's just a great tradition that we're very fortunate to have in our community.
So it's here, and we're excited about the fact that the Weldon, once again, I'm sure is going to attract some top-notch players.
Yeah, we are. And what we'll probably see this year is some up-and-coming players more. We've tried to bring in a new group. Every year when we send out invitations for the Weldon, and some players are injured, or they've taken the summer off because they had a pretty big spring season of collegiate tennis, and so we just we bring players in, and it's the fun thing about it is you never know what you're going to get, Henry. other than some great tennis at a great price.
Yes, no question about that. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the local aspect of this, getting people interested in tennis or interested in improving their game. Weldon, this pre-event where you invite people to come out there, that's grown as well.
It has, and it's a fun time for folks to come out and play. Again, we're going for all skill levels. So if you have a child that's never played, here's an opportunity. You know, we've taken the game. You know, we have the foam balls now, or what we call the red dot balls. They're a little larger ball. The racket head's a little larger. So it's nice for children to learn the stroke at an early age, and they're not standing at the baseline with the oversized racket and the regular tennis ball trying to hit it when you're tossing it to them, or when you're on the other side of the net, which wouldn't be a good thing to start with a child. But so we have children out there. We have beginners. Maybe you're an adult that you've never played before. Hey, I like to play. So come out, or maybe you have played years ago and want to come out. We'd love to have you. Or if you're an advanced player, come on out and we'll find some drills for you this Thursday night down at Gorin Park.
Brings you meaning to get back into the swing of it.
Exactly, back into the swing. You know, we're fortunate here. Again, we have nice courts down at Gorin. There are lights down there. You know, I spend a lot of time on those courts. We're fortunate with the high school programs we have in this area. There's a lot of, again, opportunity for tennis. A lot of people that have an interest in tennis, and here's a great sport. As I say, it's a sport for a lifetime. You know, the game can be designed around your skill level, so you know you don't have to be up to a French Open caliber player or U.S. Open caliber player. You know, come out and have fun with it.
Well, I do. Well, one thing I want to say is you've been doing this for a long time. I was thinking back when we were preparing for today. We started doing this this clinic, if you will. Your boys used to come in and do the commercial, and neither one of them's voice had changed back then. And now they're what? How old are they now?
Matthew, you put me on the spot here. Matthew is 20. He'll be 23, and Jonathan is 21. So we have Debbie and I have to be senior in college and one the second year of law school. So we're
well, you
marched down.
That's coming a long way since promoting the Dad's Tennis Clinic.
They helped us out quite a bit in those early years of it. And that was a lot of fun. But that's it. You know, and they grew up around tennis, and it's an opportunity for a lot of other children to grow up around tennis. It's it's a lot of fun. You know, as I talk to people, it's a lot of fun in it. There's a lot of friendship in it, and there's fitness in it. So,
no question about that. Now, where is it that we can go to get some more information? Folks are listening to this, and they're driving. They can't write it down because they're listening. Where can they go and get enough information to know about these events coming up?
The best information we can give to you is what you're hearing on the radio. Again, the clinic, the family tennis night is going to be this Thursday, the 21st of June, starting at 6 o'clock. So you just remember, Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Gorin Park. That's pretty easy on that. And then the tournament will start on Friday afternoon around 4:30. So we'll play 4:30 on Friday, then we'll play again on Saturday and Sunday. And there's another local tournament that's going to be occurring down at the courts as well here and at Berrien County. There's a tennis series for adults that's going to be in town. So a lot of tennis in town this weekend. So come out and watch, but more importantly, come out Thursday night, this Thursday night, the 21st, and play some tennis with us.
Terry, thanks for keeping the Weldon alive, and there's a lot of tradition there, and a lot of folks looking down saying, I'm glad they still do that, because it has been a special part of our community for so many years.
It has, and we owe it all to Dr. Weldon. Dr. W.A. Weldon, a tennis enthusiast from some years ago, truly laid the foundation. Loved the sport, liked to see people come to our area and play, and he believed in the sport wholeheartedly.
Terry Bunnell, president of the Weldon Tennis Association. We look forward to talking to you again, sir.
Thank you, Henry.
737 WCLU.
It was one of those moments.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large show.
Family members, be it birthday party honorees, you name it. Stephen Whitty is having a birthday today. Stefan Ford is 16. Carolyn Woodard. Linda Barnett is 51 today. We have Angeli Levi is 13. I hope I'm saying that right, but Daddy called up to wish Angeli Levi a happy 13th birthday. Kenny Matthews is celebrating. We have Raylan Nunley with a birthday today, and we have the anniversary of Dale and Robin Garman. Somebody on this list is going to win a mighty fine birthday cake from the good folks at Dairy Queen. And also there's going to be somebody to win a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist. So just get them called in right here, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Let me look over here and see if I can make sure that we didn't have any come in on the last sweep of the email. You know, we get them coming at us from a lot of different directions, and I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. All right, looks like I got some birthdays called in from Dart Container. I'll get that and get it on the air here. 741.
Saturdays on the Glasgow Square looks a lot like something out of a painted work of art, but it's real and it's Kentucky proud. The Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market and its award-winning collection of local growers, artists, vendors, and live local music is why folks enjoy a Saturday stroll downtown. Please remember that the market offers a double dollars program for WIC and senior farmers market vouchers, as well as SNAP while funds are available. Come check out the Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market Saturdays on the Square from 8 to noon, a Kentucky proud event.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
When the skies are gray and the weather won't cooperate, think of all the great days that lie ahead. And one company can make every day better. Time Savers. Whether you need a little help or a lot, a ride to the grocery store or to the airport, a load of laundry washed or meals prepared, a week of round-the-clock care, or months of a few hours a day, Time Savers is the only service that does it all. I'm Elizabeth Downing, And we have built Time Savers to reflect everything we want for our own families. So chase away the clouds and let Time Savers brighten your days. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com.
All right, it's 77 degrees, 743 WCLU. Now, yesterday, something good happened. Nellie Pickett got back from vacation. We all, yeah, I knew Aaron would laugh on that one. We all sort of, we sort of hang together while Nellie's on vacation. But one of the things she said when she got back is that, hey, we've still got more Dairy Month T-shirts to give away. So, with the authority of Nellie Pickett,
Moo! 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 Moo!
yes, that means we're going to take the 8th caller. I'm going to give away a June Dairy Month T-shirt. These things are beautiful. Everybody's really loving these. They're green and they're beautiful. And I'm going to take the 8th caller right now at 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. If you're the 8th caller, then you're going to enjoy a Dairy Month T-shirt. You're the first caller. Keep trying. You're the second caller. Keep trying. All right, you're going to try to time it out right here. I think we can probably get 8 callers right here just in a second. All right, keep trying. Let's see, 3, 4. Keep trying. You might win a June Dairy Month T-shirt with the authority of Martha Moo on it. Keep trying. We're getting close. WCLU, keep trying. Here comes, this next one will be the 7th caller. WCLU, try again. And here we are. Wish I had my drum roll over here. Where do I have my drum roll? Okay. WCLU, you're the 8th caller, and who would be speaking?
This is Beverly Harbison.
Hey, Beverly, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Henry?
I'm doing real good. Let me write your name down right here, Beverly. Now, let's see. It's been, like I say, Nellie went on vacation, and we didn't know we had some more to give away, but now we do. But now we got to remember the other trick, Beverly, is you've got to prove you can move. So, do you want to?
Oh no! You didn't tell us that. Henry.
Well, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. I happen to believe, Beverly, that you've been around a couple of cows. 1 or 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so what you got to do to get this T-shirt is just give us your best move.
All right, you ready?
3, 2, 1, take off, Beverly. Do that again. That was good.
No, thank you, sir.
Well, see, the thing is,
you had to do it twice.
Well, the cows are, when you think about it, you're kind of not all that close to them when they're mooing. You're not right up in their face usually. Kind of intimidates them. So that kind of sounded good being far off. Beverly, if you'll come by the radio station, we have a June Dairy Month T-shirt. We're going to put your name on it, okay?
All right.
And thanks for making us proud, doing a good job mooing, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye, Beverly. Beverly Harbison, that's right. She mooed. She can moo with the best of them. Wins a June Dairy Month T-shirt. And like I say, Nellie got back from vacation, says, hey, we got more to give away. And we're going to do what she says. And so keep the radio on. We got several to take care of.
Are you looking for your dream home or perhaps dreaming of your first home? Then come see me, Gay Parker at Citizens First Bank. As a KHC top lender for 2 consecutive years, I specialize in government and conventional home loans. For 37 years, I have helped the homeowners of South Central Kentucky. Now, let me help you. Stop in at our West Cherry branch in Glasgow or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Finance your dreams with Citizens First Bank.
Subject to
credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good morning, friends. When Jesus stood before the crowd in Pilate's hall, Pilate, in an attempt to avoid holding Jesus as a prisoner, asked the crowd if they would prefer the release of Jesus, an innocent man, or Barabbas, a known criminal. The angry mob demanded freedom for Barabbas. A frustrated Pilate then asked the question, "What then shall I do with Jesus?" In answer to this, the multitude shouted, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" The question remains today, what will you do with Jesus? Will you choose the wickedness and worldliness of modern society with all of its deceitful and foolish philosophies, or the pure Son of God who died that you might live eternally? Will you follow the wisdom of a lost and dying world, or the absolute truth of the King of Kings? In Matthew chapter 27, verses 26 through 30, it is stated that Jesus was scourged, stripped, spit upon, and smitten. Today we have the choice of accepting Jesus as Lord, placing our complete trust in Him as Savior, following Him as the Son of God, or asking for the false hope of some worldly Barabbas. What will it be? To seek and follow the world's wisdom is to be guilty of scourging, stripping, spitting on, and striking Jesus all over again. To follow any other path than that laid down by Christ is equal to saying, "Crucify Him, crucify Him." What will it be, friend? Jesus or Barabbas? This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Extreme Fitness member.
And a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our...
I know we're not doing that. My phone's sitting there saying, "You sure you want to turn this thing off?" Well, maybe I want to, but I can't. I'll put that button down there. I've gotten some more information on down I-65. It's if you're going southbound, exit 2, which is the last exit there in the state, down at Franklin. The interstate is closed there, and it's closed all the way down to exit 117 in northern Tennessee. And that's several miles of the interstate closed. It was closed for a while, but now they've got one lane of it open. And I feel like, I haven't been able to confirm this, but I feel like that we're going to be backed up for a while yet, trying to, just to get all that traffic. Again, remember, it's only one lane open, so with normal traffic, it will be backed up, but to get the backup through there, it's going to take a while. So, we might use our smarts of geography around here and work our way completely around that, depending on where you're going. But that is I-65 southbound, and let's just be careful with that. Also, I want to tell you about Ben Davis. Ben Davis is having a birthday today. I want to wish Ben a happy birthday. He's on the list, and I don't know if I did this or not, but I want to remind you that it's Kenny Matthews Day on the radio. If you happen to see Kenny Matthews around today, pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
This is William Gravely, pharmacist at Medical Arts Pharmacy. We now offer MedSync as another free service Medical Arts is offering to synchronize your medications to be filled just once a month, or if your insurance allows, every 3 months. No extra trips to the pharmacy, no unnecessary phone calls or messages, and best of all, no running out of your vital medications. With MedSync, you tell us what day that suits you best to fill your prescriptions, and our computer will do the rest. It synchronizes all the quantities of your medications to fall on the same day, and then we call or text you and let you know that the medicines are ready. We review your med list to make sure you're taking only what the prescriber ordered and when they ordered it to be taken. We will call your prescriber if there are any questions about your meds. Come in today and tell us that you want your prescription synchronized. There's no charge, you don't have to call us anymore, and you'll be taking your medications exactly as intended. Medical Arts Pharmacy and Professional Park in Glasgow, where we care about you enough to sync your medications.
Thank you, William. 752 at WCLU. I think we can take care of a little tidbit news here.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
And here's the deal. We have tidbit news from around the world and up the street. And we are, actually, I was going to Aaron's going to join me for Tidbit News. This is a pretty local story right here. It's the lead story on the Tidbit News Wire today on the AP.
All right.
So, but listen to this, and you'll see why.
Okay.
Dateline, Indianapolis.
Oh, okay, yeah, real close.
An Indiana State Police trooper who tweeted a photo of a vehicle that he had stopped for driving too slowly in the left lane says that he is overwhelmed by the widespread praise that he has received online.
I saw that.
Sergeant Stephen Wheels, or actually it's Wheelis, Sergeant Stephen Wheelis stopped the driver Saturday on I-65 about 35 miles south of Indianapolis. So you see, that guy had to have been going to Louisville.
Yeah.
Or at least he had to go through there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I say it's a guy. After about 20 vehicles had slowed behind her. Oh, it's a her.
Okay.
I read the story, but I didn't read the whole story. Anyway, Officer Wheeler says the driver was traveling under the 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. Indiana law requires drivers to move to the right lane to allow faster traffic to pass.
Yeah.
This post has been retweeted by Indy car driver Graham Rahal, who said, "This guy is my hero."
Oh, that's awesome.
Others suggested he should win a Nobel Prize and asked him to relocate to their state.
Yeah, I saw that a lot whenever I saw that on Twitter.
So
people are like, "Can you come out to Illinois, Florida, Hawaii, everywhere?"
Right. You know, and you think about how dangerous it is. You come up on a car that's going way too slow.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, anyway, this guy here, the trooper, and the trooper didn't get a name. The only name here in the story is Graham Rahal.
Gotcha.
And anyway, so they're proud of the state trooper for stopping a car going too slow. But I'm telling you what, yesterday we had an 8-car pileup. This morning we're cranking up with 2 semis that collide. It messes up Tennessee this morning and in Kentucky too. To blame it on the heat, but I don't think that really makes sense. All right, story number 2. This, of course, I have my puppies.
Yeah.
I got 3 Yorkies and a pound dog. And this story certainly caught my heart here, thanks to the pooch. A 3-year-old girl is safe after spending the night in a rural Missouri cornfield with her faithful dog by her side.
Oh, wow.
And the tiny Yorkshire Terrier even played a role in her rescue. Now, the ordeal began at 8:30. I guess this was in the morning of a Sunday evening, with a 911 call that the girl had wandered away from her home near the town of Culin, Missouri. The State Highway Patrol began to search that included a plane, but the youngster was not found overnight. Can you imagine the parents?
Oh, yeah.
And the friends? So volunteers joined the search of a cornfield the next morning, and then search dogs began barking. And guess what? A tiny dog voice started yapping in response. Searchers found the girl with her dog. The child had several mosquito bites but was otherwise unharmed. You know, one of the cool things about Yorkies is that if they hear a dog that thinks bigger than them, they start yapping to prove that really they're bigger than them. Let's prove it. So, bless her heart, a little 3-year-old girl overnight in a cornfield.
Oh, man.
Thank goodness to the Yorkie, who was a yapper.
Yeah.
And finally, I was going to say this. I was going to use this story if Angela was going to be here for the Tidbit News, but she was not. But we had this story this morning about in the archives about the wedding that was solemnized.
Yeah.
So here's a different solemnization of a wedding. This day, not this day. Here I am thinking about the archives, but this is a dateline in Germany. A couple in eastern Germany held a wedding ceremony with a difference. Now here it is, Aaron, because you don't know much about marriage, but
no.
You'll laugh about this later on.
Okay.
They got married in a swing, dangling from a motorcycle on a tightrope, 46 feet above the ground.
Oh, man.
That's solemnized for sure.
Yeah.
A pastor standing in a cage on a fire service ladder presided.
Wow.
Nicole Backus and Jens Knorr exchange rings in the air, but for safety's sake, they wait. Where does safety's sake play a role here? Safety's sake waited until they were back on the ground to kiss.
Oh, that's smart, at least.
More than 3,000 people watched the wedding in the sky, which took place during a local festival. The festival of the what?
Yeah, the
Festival of the Dangling Cycle Nuptials. Solemnized. Anyway, so did you get that? They had a motorcycle riding a tightrope, but they were sitting in a swing tied to the motorcycle down below.
That is so confusing.
It is, and it sounds, in the interest of safety.
Yeah. I don't think safety played.
They waited to kiss. You don't lean over too far to kiss and throw the motorcycle off balance. It's just one of those things.
Oh, me. People always got to make their wedding special, don't they?
That's exactly right. Solemnize is what it is. All right, so that's what we have in the way of tidbit news. We got the hero trooper for arresting somebody for being too slow.
Stopping the slow pokes.
And the hero Yorkie, which they really are. And and then again, the German wedding.
Yeah.
Only the Whitman sampler of news, tidbit news.
Check out the deals at Gillihy Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ. This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, Glasgow.